And then your pedal board. Tell me a little bit about what's going on here. And luckily you have your tech here who's totally on it. So let's hear this whole process.
Well, I'll tell you the process, and then Alan can explain in detail.
Yes.
Alan is like really meticulous about knowing all the pedals, knows my playing inside and out. Even we've been working together 10 years, but even before that, he knew my playing very well. And I know my playing, but I have no idea gear things. So it was perfect to have him say, look, I think you should use this, 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 and this for this song. And when you're playing this, you should have this effect on. And I said, create the best perfect rig for me. And that's exactly what he did. So I'm going to have him explain the purpose of all of these things. And maybe I'll play along and if he can explain it.
Okay, so going through a signal chain, just for today we're going with cable, but usually in the shows we use this Shure wireless. It's a GLX D6 Plus. It's a new version, it's been pretty good so far. And from there we go into the gate. It's a Rev G8. And
now, are you running the gate all the time? Or,
I'm like, I have my hand on it the whole show. Yeah. So when I know he needs to ring out, I turn it off. And when there's a tight end, a tight riff or something, I crank it, you know. So I'm like on it. That's like probably the most important pedal, I would say.
Right.
So I would say like 90% of the show he's on that. Just the amp distortion tone, and maybe some delay on leads sometimes. So yeah, the gate is like the most important one for me at least. From there, this was my idea. Obviously, it makes my job easier. The Boss ES8, just so I can switch everything on the amp and the pedals in one press of a button, so it makes my job easier.
Sure.
So in each loop we have, the first one is a compressor, which I'm used mostly for the clean tone. We started doing that, so we use it for the clean tone, and also he really likes this Maxon auto filter pedal, and which is like an auto wah pedal, but sometimes we use that in the front, because he likes it, as you can see, all the knobs are all the way down.
Right.
He likes it very subtle. So sometimes if it's too much, we hit the compressor before it, just so we can mellow it down. And it's not. Yeah.
Can we hear that a little bit? Because that is such a weird
So what are we listening to? Maxon.
Lead
I'll play
with
the
Maxon.
same line with and without the Maxon.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Should we start without?
Let's start it without. Can you tell the difference?
Barely.
Let's try another line that might help you understand it more.
Yeah, I can hear that. It's almost got that, almost like a wah and a cock.
Yeah. But honestly, his playing style, sometimes it sounds like it's on, and I'm checking it's off. It's just your pick attack. Sometimes it tricks me into thinking it's on.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit like he's playing.
I'm like subliminally, subconsciously playing to that, because that pedal has been in my rig like forever. So even when it's off, but like it's so incredibly subtle that but like let's show what happens if you turn it up a little bit on the left one. You can really, like in the studio for example, you can put like an emphasis on a note. Yeah, so like you kind of like can sort of bring it out, but I don't really do that much. Sometimes in the studio for like one note, I don't usually have it up that high like when I'm playing runs like that, but for one note if you want to, it kind of puts a voice.
Yeah.
Very slightly. I don't want it to sound like he's using a wah.
Right.
Once it starts sounding like a wah, then like why not use a wah? So if you just use it very subtly, it can add that human element, which I really like.
Yeah, to me, I mean, for a listener, it doesn't sound like an effect so much as just a slight tone variation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but you're getting so much tone variation with when you go to your fingers, between your pick and your fingers. There's so much happening on your hands. It's like,
Well, it's like, of course that's true, but like, that's why Alan knows how to get this stuff to bring this all out. You know,
Yeah.
if I was playing through a rig that wasn't so good, it would just sound like me playing through a rig that didn't sound good.
yeah, right.
Still sound like me, but it would not sound good.
Yeah. Okay, so what's next in the line?
Next we got a chorus that right now we're just using it for the clean tone. On other cell lists we had earlier, like you play like Stigmata Addiction,
Yeah.
and you had a heavier chorus part, so I would use it for that. But
Chorus.
yeah, the chorus. Yeah.
Oh, you want to play the chorus?
With the lead, yeah, we can do that. I can do like Stigmata.
Yeah, yeah. Again, it's not overly.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very subtle.
Yeah, it's pretty much that, and then the cleans.
Yeah.
So
Boy, that
and I
really
mellow it
spreads
down
it.
for the cleans. It's not that noticeable.
Are you
It's just-
clean now?
can do the clean.
You like more expressive with a clean like that. So you keep playing, you can still sort of hear the note if you end on
Right.
it. Like, can't really hear the chorus, but it exists. It's still there, you know what I mean? It's not there
Right.
that loud, but I like that subtle thing. You can't, it's not like, oh, he's got an effect on it. It just
Yeah.
sounds
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Just a pretty tone.
pleasant to listen to.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. And then next, the
Next, we got the Phase 90 that we don't really use a lot. Sometimes I feel like using it on a certain part, and most times he likes it, but I think we're only using it like once in the show.
That's the thing,
Yeah.
because she's like a really good guitar player and knows guitar and knows like this should be used now and then. So like I like to like just let him do that.
Yeah.
I just play, and if he feels like today I want to use the phaser here, that's kind of fun because then I get surprised while I'm playing. Oh, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Or
great.
sometimes
not.
I'm like, or not.
Sometimes
You
you
know.
don't know.
Right. So yeah, what about when the mind meld doesn't work? When you guys are when
I
you're
will
on a
say
different-
something like,
It's only happened a few times, and then I just don't do it anymore. But most times it's
most of
it's
the times,
good.
dude, what'd you do, man? That was cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's,
And then we keep it in there.
oh,
Yeah.
that's very cool.
So
yeah.
for the clean, you see this tube screamer. I'm only using it for the clean right now. So on leads, it's just the amp and delay, you know. So as you can hear, the clean is not perfectly clean. So we just wanted like a little grit on it,
Yeah.
because he mostly plays like clean lines on the show.
Right.
We got
'Cause, I mean,
Naoki doing all the clean rhythm parts. So.
'Cause
Is
this-
this
it's
the
just-
clean tone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds clean, but there's really a tube screamer on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense because this is like 100 watts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it would be so clean.
Yeah.
It'd be uncomfortably clean.
Yeah,
without
yeah, yeah.
That. Yeah, that makes it more like a voice. Wow, that's great. And then
Yeah.
finally, the
Boss
Boss.
DD500. Yeah.
Oh,
So that's mainly for leads, and I have like just like a regular lead delay. I use it most of the show, and maybe a few spots where I know there's a very long note. I do like a very long delay, kind of like you
Want
know.
to show what that's like?
Yeah,
Wow.
So,
Just a basic.
yeah. I usually use it when he's doing a very epic ending with a very long note.
Sure.
If he's doing a lot of noodling, I keep it on the simpler delay, shorter
It's
one.
probably easier to explain if I was playing something
Like the ending of Devil Take Tomorrow, something like that.
the
The
ending
very
of
ending.
the
When I
clean
switch
ending.
No, when I switch you back to distortion after the clean.
Yeah. This.
Yeah, that's where I use it.
So let's try that then.
Are you up?
I'm up. Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah.
Right. So do you end up tapping in the tempo on these, or just
No, it's just the two endings I use that for.
Yeah.
So no, we just give you only one tempo and it's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing too complicated.
Because CNC knows what all of the solos are. If I'm playing fast, he'll take that out. But if I'm like holding notes out, he'll put it in there. So it gives like some life to the long notes, and
Yeah.
then you can hear the fast stuff clearly.
Right. So at your feet, you've got nothing. You're.
Nothing.
Cow,
Can you
that's-
imagine how messed up?
No.
How I would
With his boots, no.
I would mess up every single switch.
Yeah.
Just stomping.
Yeah, he'll press four at a
arbitrarily on
time.
it.
You know, they got guys who like program that stuff in, but like I change things up
Yeah.
a lot when I play. So like, and he kind of like is thinking 2 steps ahead. Oh, he's going to do this now, and then that's why, for a player like me, it's very important to have him doing that, because otherwise, you're missing out on getting the best out of my playing. I'd be very flat, but he's like taking the good things, making them better, clarifying things.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a definite partnership when it comes to playing live.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So when you're touring right now with your own band, do you have like the freedom to like stretch? Are you stretching quite a bit and?
Yeah, we make up a lot of things on the spot
Oh, that's great.
and improvise new sections, and there's a lot of things that change every day and keeps it really, really fresh.
So are you just watching the whole time? Just like,
Yeah.
what do I do?
I mean, I pretty much know like all the spots, but yeah, there's like certain spots where I really gotta look at his hands to know when he's gonna stop,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.